Welcome everybody to a brand new rebuild. Through a recommendation on the last video, we are going to go to Monaco in France. We're going to try and use the youth system. We are going to try and sign players under the age of 22, which I believe is their philosophy, and also take PSG off their perch. Media prediction is to finish 4th this season. Fierce rivals Nice. We won't be doing any transfers in the first window. Nearly £1 million in wages budget. And Monaco experienced the most successful decade during the 1980s. Despite plenty of domestic titles, they are still searching for a continental one. They finished runners-up in the UEFA Champions League in 2004 and finishing runners-up in the Cup Winners' Cup in 92. They have won the French top division 8 times, 7-time runners-up, and also winning the French Cup 5 times and finishing 5 other times as runners up as well. So it's going to be all about trying to get them to the top of the league and also see if we can obtain, by any means possible, some European success. The favoured formation of 4-4-2, which is quite good because we did play that with the Dundee United one last week, which was not probably one of my better ones, but it did work in the end. We did achieve what was required of us. But they have got Mbolo, Yedda, they got Gelson, Kamara, Fofana, Golovin, Enrique, Sarr, Desasi, Aguilar and Nubel in goal. I wonder how young this side is, because I'm under the impression they are quite a young side. So the board: sign players under the age of 22 for the future, sell for profit, sign young players to develop for profit and work within the budget, current season qualify for the Champions League, reach the last knockout stage of the Champions League, so we've got to get past the group stages, challenge for the French Cup as well, and going forward more of the same and be considered as best of the rest. The fans, however, become recognised as the best of the rest, finish above Nice in the league and finish above Marseille. So before we start, let's have a look at the staffing situation. That's not too bad. There's a lot of empty places in there, so we could build that up as well. Same with the recruitment staff, and also with the medical, which doesn't seem too bad either. It's a good start. Money wise, they have got £16 million in the bank, so hopefully they'll keep that in the bank for us for next season. Currently they have got £242 million miscellaneous debt. So moving on to our team then. So let's have a look at age first. So the oldest player they have is a Ben Yedda. They got Pele, Volland, Aguilar and Marapan. I think some of these players that either we move along or we replace, but for the time being we can't do nothing with them this window. Players by ability, then we got Mbolo, Volland, Ben Yedda as well, and Golovin, and Fofana our best players. So Fofana we want to hang on to, and Golovin also. We also want to hold on to Volland as well as long as possible, and Mbolo as well. A couple of other players, if we have a look at potential. Seager at 17 years old, that's not too bad, a cam player. Bodu as well, Dutch attacking player with a bit of potential as well, so that's pretty decent, and he's very, very quick. Is a 4-4-2 wasted? Should we be going a little bit more direct, I wonder? There's also Vanderson, Brazilian, he's at the right back. Can he play midfield? There's a possibility for a 4-4-2 if we need to, but I'm more comfortable with him at the right back. Again, pretty quick. Matazo as well, Belgium. Not bad potential also. Midfield. Okay, I think we can work with that. I'm not sure what formation really want to try. A 4-4-2 I think is kind of wasted maybe, but we'll have a mess around and see what we can come up with. So we're going to go with the Real Madrid formation that we used, well suited for the players that Monaco have got, and they've got some really decent players which I'm really excited to use as well. So first off, Senga, he's only 17 years old, he's got real high potential, and I just want to get him involved. And currently he's injured, and same with Golovin on the left hand side, and then we've got Mbolo on the right hand side, so that kind of messes things up for us a little bit going into this season. But we are going to play an attacking forward up front. We've got a ball winning midfielder and defence, box to box and support. We've got 2 ball playing defenders on defend, wing backs on automatic, and support sweeper keeper as well. The side we've got is pretty decent. I mean, there are some holes in there that we can definitely improve on, but that is a formation we're going to be using. We are going to be on an attacking. I don't see a reason why not. They're young and they're pretty good. So if you want to pause it, take a clip. That's the in possession, what we're using, in transition, and of course we are pushing much higher up the line as well. And so far it's gone pretty well. The friendlies are a little bit hit and miss. A couple of wins, a couple of losses. Nothing too big in there. A 5-2 loss to Sporting was quite surprising at home, I guess. But we do start the Champions League campaign. We did that against Rangers, winning that 4-1 over the 2 legs. And then Midtjylland, we only just got by 4-3 in total. We did start with a win against Strasbourg, 1-0. We drew with Rennes 1-1. 1-1 with Lens as well. We did lose to PSG. We beat Troyes and we drew with Nice. So a lot of draws in there, which I'm quite surprised at. I'm not going to lie, but we didn't lose. So apart from the PSG, which we did lose to, a 96th minute winner after coming back from 2-0 down in that game away from home as well. So that's quite an impressive feat. We are lying in 7th position. We have played one game more than everybody else actually. So yeah, we're not in the ideal position, but hopefully a couple more wins should shoot us up there as well with a PSG and Nice running away with it currently. We have drawn Benfica, Leipzig and Man City. I can't see us getting out of the group. If we do, great. But I'm not holding my breath on that count. And we do enter at the 9th round in the French Cup as well. And with them just few amendments to the formation, we are predicted to finish 2nd in the table, 15-1 to win the league behind PSG. That's pretty good considering we were expected to finish in 4th position, so I'm quite excited about that. Donnarumma would like to have taken him out of PSG, but that's not going to happen, especially with the kind of money that he'll probably be attracting. But Ben Yedder is probably our best player in the Dream 11. So without any further ado, let's get our first season underway, see how well we do, and see where we do need to improve. Well, I'm quite happy with the results of that. The only thing really is, where on earth did Lens come from? Wow, PSG just absolutely run away with it, as you probably would expect. Did we beat them? Did we beat them? No, it was Lyon. We only lost 6 games this season, so that is pretty impressive. 69 goals scored, 28 conceded. We conceded the least in the league, in fact. That's phenomenal considering our formation is pretty much attacking. More importantly though, we do finish above Marseille and Nice. Nubel though, 20 clean sheets. I think we're going to try and keep him, I think. So our league form and results then. There's nothing that really stands out so far. A couple of losses very early on. A 4-2 loss to Lille there. Montpellier we lose 1-0 as well, which seems disappointing. Toulouse as well. I think games like that we should be winning. There's nothing massively. 4-1 win over Ajaccio. Then we go an unbeaten run for a couple of months, which is quite nice. With the draw against PSG at home, which is really good. And we beat Nice as well, which is fantastic for the fans. Nice run in a 4-1 victory at Angers. Lyon we win. Lille we win. And where's Marseille? Where did we play more? We lost Marseille there and we drew with them at home. Okay, it's not too bad. More importantly, we finished ahead of them. The French Cup. Okay, we'll forget about that one. The fans are not happy, especially at home. So we qualify for the Champions League group stage. And we get, wow, 1 point out of all that lot. So we lost 3-1 to Benfica and 3-0. Leipzig 2-1, and we did take a point off them at home. And we got pummeled by Man City and lost at home 2-1. Our home form wasn't too bad, but that is very disappointing not to get out the group stages. Looking at our squad then, Mbolo, 20 goals in 42, not too bad. Yedder, 18 and 28, 16 for Volland as well, 12 for Golovin, which is fantastic. So 4 players getting double figures, which is great stuff. And our 18-year-old, Segar, what did he do? 4 goals, 6 assists. That's not bad in that cam role. Not bad at all. I don't know if he's going to be permanently in that role or not. I'm sure there's going to be better players in there. But that's not too bad, though, to say the least. 2 players getting double figures in assists, Enrique and Golovin as well. So that's pretty good as well. Just over half the players helping out on the assists, which is great. And Nubel, 51 goals conceded in 48. And we know he didn't concede that many in the league. 27 in 37 he conceded with 20 clean sheets. That's pretty good. So 27 in 17. So going into the next season, wow. Okay, £45 million. So some players to talk about coming into the club. We pick up Mailing Sarr, 24-year-old from Chelsea for £13 million. This deal had already been struck before the season started. We did pick up Alexander Nubel. He comes from Bayern Munich. Our goalkeeper had a really good season last season. Hopefully he'll improve on that for £6 million. Our main signing was Pascal Struijk from Leeds, centre-back. I thought we needed a real strong one, and I think we have found that. And at 24 years old, he's very, very young with some high potential still. And we bring in Roko Simic, a forward. We didn't have any forwards. We may have one left now, and we definitely needed another one. Someone that we could nurture, and at 19 years old, £15 million from Salzburg, I think we have a bargain here. So overall, £62 million spent, $10 million go out the door. We do lose Martins. He goes to Azul for $700,000. Maripan goes to Leeds for £2.9 million. Ben Yedder goes to Brighton for £7.25 million, and a couple of other players going out on loan, and a couple being sold as well from the youth academy. The formation staying as it is. The only change being now is Fofana's coming in as a support role, and Segar is going to be an advanced playmaker. They are the only changes so far, but we have brought in Struijk, Nubel and Simic as the new buys this season. So far it hasn't gone too badly, apart from when we started the league. We have already lost to PSG and Marseille, but we did beat Nice 4-3 in our first game, and we drew with Lorient as well. Not ideal, but we are dropping points at home, so it seems. A Champions League, we started that against Sveda in the path of third round qualifiers. We did win that 3-1 over the two legs. Then we played Sporting, and we thrashed them 5-1 over the two legs, of which now we play Frankfurt, Napoli and Benfica in the group stage. We are lying in 13th. I'm not too concerned. We've had quite a few hard games in the first couple of for the start of the season, and as you can see, we're 17-2 to take the title off PSG. We're still predicted to finish second. Hopefully we can do that. And look at the Dream 11. That's just ridiculous. So let's go ahead and simulate our second season and see how we get on. We finished third once again. After a very bad start, we only lost 2 games in the first 4, I think it was, and we fight back. We only lose a further 3 games throughout the rest of the season, which is amazing. We concede 30 goals, not the least, although it is the second least in the league, so I'm quite happy with that as well. PSG again run away with it, but not by as much as the last time. We do finish behind Lens again, so they seem to be doing pretty well. 5 points the difference, but 18 wins, and we have played 4 games less this season. The teams have gone from 20 team league to 18. However, we are in the Champions League once again. Simic, though, in his first season, is only 2 goals off Neymar and Mbappe for the Golden Boot for the season. That's pretty good. I'm really happy with that. We found ourselves a striker, boys and girls, 19 years old. He's probably 20 now. But that's pretty good. And Vanderson has played well as well. 7.36 rating behind Mbappe, Neymar and Messi. I mean, that's just crazy, isn't it? So like I said, we started off pretty badly. 2 losses in the first 3 games was pretty hard to shake off. But losing the 3 further games, I'm happy with that. We do lose to Montpellier, Marseille and Strasbourg. We lost to Marseille twice this season. It's not brilliant, is it? But we do beat Lille 5-0, amazingly enough. Again, the goals are pretty hard to come by, but we do get some results in, and we have a very strong finish to the end of the season as well. Did we play PSG? We drew 2-2 with them, so that's not too bad. And Nice, how did we do? We drew 1-1 with them at the end of the season, as well as beating them at the beginning. The French Cup, another disappointing showing, losing 2-0 to Montpellier. So after qualifying for the Champions League, we do win a game though against Napoli 3-1. We lost to Benfica, Frankfurt and Napoli, but we draw with Frankfurt and Benfica the other 2 games. So we do get a couple of points. Where did that leave us? We left us in 3rd position, so I'm guessing that qualified us for the Europa League. Disappointing we didn't get any further, but Frankfurt looked like the team to beat then. Did they get to the final? No, Barcelona's hammered Liverpool in the final of the Champions League. 4-1. But we didn't get very much further in the Europa League either. We're losing to Transport on penalties after 2-2 draws. Incidentally, Man City win that against Inter. This is for the Europa League. Man City and Inter. It's just not fair. So we know Simic got 29 goals and he did get 34 overall and 46. I'm pretty happy with that. That's really good for the young striker. And Bolo and Golovin. And Bolo injured again. We are going to have to think long and hard what we're going to do with him. He's 27 years old. He's permanently getting injured. So if we just have a look at his injury record, there's always something going off. Every couple of months by looks of things as well. He gets 13 goals, Golovin with 10, and a few other players getting on the score sheet again. Sagar, hopefully he's going to start improving again. He's only 19 years old, so as long as we can bring in youth in here, then I'll be quite happy. If we can replace Embolo with a 19-year-old, I'm all for it. See what we can do. But 53 million for him, 60 million pound worth Sagar. I mean, that's pretty good, and he's got great potential as well. 11 assists for Golovin, though, alongside his 10 goals, isn't too bad. We just want more, especially from Embolo on that right-hand side. Although he did contribute 13 goals and 5 assists. So getting into this season, wow, okay. I mean, that could happen to them. Then wins in the Champions League, all right, just the one win, but 96.5 million, nearly 97 million pounds to spend, and a little bit of wage budget on top. So if we can offload a couple more players, we might be able to bring in some more youth. We have our first signing, Andy Diouf from Rennes for 25 million pounds. Some cracking potential yet to be unleashed. We also bring in 22-year-old Hugo to sit on the right-hand side. He can play on the left and up front, but we want him there on the right-hand side, see if he can improve and give Embolo some competition. But £28 million from PSG. We bring in Nuri as well, a left-back. I think he's going to be absolute superstar, and we bring him back to France from Wolves for £36 million. And finally, from Middlesbrough for £22.5 million, Ivan Fresneda, Spanish, on the right hand side. So overall, £112 million spent, £22.5 million go out the door. And that is Enrique, the left back, he's gone to Shakhtar for £20 million. Aguilar, the right back's gone to Galatasaray for 4.4. Bodu's gone to PSV for 4.8. And a couple of other players going as well. I don't think we let anybody go freely. Volland, apart from him, he's gone to Borussia Mönchengladbach. His contract ran out, so I think that was the only one really that we couldn't really sell. Tactically, the only change we are having is Diouf is going to be in the centre, but he's going to be on Mazzola on attack. Fresneda, Nuri coming to the side, Akite as well, and Sagar is just going to stay in there, and hopefully he'll get better and better as the seasons go on. And we've done reasonably well in the pre-season and the start of the season. We were unbeaten, winning all our games, including a 4-1 victory over Rennes. Montpellier would be 6-2, and then we draw against Angers and Lyon 2-2 and 1-1 respectively. That's disappointing. However, the Champions League takes shape again this season. We played Club Brugge, Rangers, Bayern Munich, Salzburg, Galatasaray, Shakhtar, Barcelona and Ajax. Ajax we did play recently. We beat 4-3, so hopefully that could be a win our way as well, and with it being at home also. Currently lying in third position on 8 points, a better start than previous seasons. And still second, but this time the odds have been slashed even more to 11-2 now to overtake PSG at the top, who are 4-9 favourites. And still, they have got the Dream 11 monopoly apart from Guendouzi at Marseille. So let's go ahead and simulate our third season and see if we can get to second place and beat Lens, who are predicted to finish 5th, and see if we can get a bit closer to PSG, if not topple them. How close are we to winning the league? My word, it's 2 points separating the top 3. We are level on points with PSG with that one loss in the last 5 games. That did it for us. We could have won the title from PSG this early on in season 3. That would have been absolutely amazing. Who did they lose to? We did beat them though. Marseille beat them, Lyon beat them, Angers and Lille. We did lose to PSG 2-1 as well. So, you know what? Lorient, I expected us to beat them. Strasbourg as well. Reims, possibly. They're games that we should have won. Oh, how close and annoying is that? And Simic is just short of the Golden Boot as well. Mbappe winning it with 35 goals. Simic with 29. He's also close with the best player in the league, along with Fresneda and Nuri, and new signings. Our wing-backs, in fact. Wow, I don't think we need to do anything with them positions. Nubel gets 15 clean sheets. And Golovin almost tops the top assist for the league as well. So our league form, let's have a quick look at this. A 5-1 victory over ASSE. Could have said something different. Nice, we beat 2-0 as well, which is fantastic. Then we have a spat of the next few months where we lose 3 games. November was a bad one, even though we did beat PSG at home 3-0. And then we went on the rampage after that. 6-1 victory over Angers. 5-0 over ASSE again. Lyon 3-0. Nice, we draw. Lorient, we win 5-0. And how did we lose to them before? 2-1 at home? That's crazy. And we beat them away 5-0. The loss to PSG, though, with... at that point, I think that kind of really did it for us. I think 5-1 victory over Reims. But we did finish strongly. Just that one loss in the last couple of months. So close. We did, however, get to the final of the French Cup after not doing very well in previous seasons. We play PSG and we fall short. 2-0. 69th minute goal for PSG to start things off. And then we conceded another one in the 83rd minute as well to round off a 2-0 victory for PSG. So unfortunate, but very close once again. Along the way, we did beat Ajaccio 4-0, 31 battering of Theon, a 3-0 over Lyon. Angers, we win 6-2, 1-0 victory over Nice, which would have been nice as well for the fans. And then to get to the final, runners up again to PSG. How annoying. However, we did make it to the playoff knockout rounds out of the group stages of the Champions League, which is pretty good, with 2 wins, in fact, and 2 draws. We did lose to Club Brugge 2-0, but we beat Rangers 3-2. Lost to Bayern Munich 3-2. We drew with Salzburg. Lost to Galatasaray convincingly 4-1 there. Shakhtar, we drew 1-1. Barcelona, we lost 4-1. And Ajax, we win 3-1. Before losing to Chelsea 5-3 over the 2 legs. We actually just qualified on goal difference into the knockout rounds with 2 victories. We need to do better next time, and we'll be here again next season after finishing 2nd. And it was actually Arsenal that beat Liverpool in the All-English final. It's something you don't see every day. Would you just look at that, Simic? 44 goals. And Segar is looking very nice indeed. 15 goals and 12 assists. Brilliant. Diouf as well, 13 and 6 in his first season. Akitik, first season, 12 and 9. And Bolo weighs in with 10 and 1. So we did get some game time as well. Golovin, 8 and 16 assists. He's purely our assist maker, isn't he? Fresneda, 12 assists with 2 goals as well. Nuri, 11 assists. I mean, we have been doing a lot better. So... 5 players getting double figures, which is fantastic, and assists 4 players getting double figures, of which our wing backs are amongst them as well. So for this season, another £90 million to spend. If we can get a goalkeeper in that, then great. We'll probably look to have a left winger, Golovin maybe, and Bolo will probably look to move on as well, because TK is looking pretty good actually. So maybe a right wing also. There's not many positions really we need upgrades, but we'll have a look. £90 million, a lot of money. We can get probably 1 or 2 real good players in here, which would really finish off the team and go for PSG next season. First sign is goalkeeper Ilham Meslier from Leeds for £15 million. Welcome. We spent £43 million on Pacho from Frankfurt. I think he's money well spent, and he's still got some potential, and wow, them stats look really nice. Angelo from SAN for £23.5 million on the right hand side. Some more bodies there, and I think for a wonder kid, wow, potentially 175, you're having a laugh. And a final signing from Lyon for £20 million, Anthony Rayolt. A backup really for the back. He's got some potential, so he may even get some first team play. But again, stats wise, look really nice. And at 24 years old, we are going to have some kids for the future here. So overall, £102 million spent, but we do lose £13 million out the door. Mainly Embolo's gone. £12 million to Marseille, one of our rivals. Not ideal, but he was getting a little bit older, and he wasn't getting much game time. Even though he did play well, he was very, very injury prone. Lucas has gone to Almeria for 1.1. Matazzo to Ghent for £1 million. Zardi, the goalkeeper, the young one, £450,000 to Wolves. And another youngster, Senate, to Lorient for 180. A few others have gone on a free. Minamino's gone out on loan with the option to buy to Udinese. And so far, everything's gone quite well. I didn't realise we were in the Trophy de Champs, and we lost that 3-0 to PSG. Wouldn't you believe the luck we're having to keep playing them, eh? But other than that, friendlies went quite well. We're scoring goals, which is even better. And we start the league with 4 out of 4 with a 5-1 victory over Lille. Lorient, we smashed 5-2. 3-0 against Strasbourg, and Toulouse 3-1. Simic is top goal scorer with 11 goals so far and a 9.18 rating. Amazing. And we are lying top of the table, 4 for 4. PSG close behind. And I forgot to mention the Champions League. We've drawn Feyenoord, Atalanta, Benfica again, Arsenal, Copenhagen, Anderlecht, Leipzig and Barcelona. Again, I'm expecting us to get through. I think there's a few teams there we can beat, especially with the teams we're building now. So I think we should be able to do it. And season preview, Caesars now at 12-5 to win the league. Almost 2-1. But PSG 8-11 still better. And we have got some players in the Dream 11 finally. Simic and Diouf breaking up Monopoly from PSG. So let's go ahead and simulate our 4th season. See what we can come up with and see if we can actually tip PSG to the title this time. Well, we were close last season. We have won Ligue 1 by a staggering 8 points from PSG. We've literally overhauled them. It's absolutely fantastic, despite us losing our final game of the season as well. 104 goals as well. 28 wins from 34. That is phenomenal. PSG must be absolutely kicking themselves. What's the betting? They'll come and offer me a job. And on top of that, Simic is just an absolute beast. 46 goals. He's literally destroyed Mbappe this season. He's got the best player of the season as well. Golovin and Angelo, a lot of assists. Mesler as well, 14 clean sheets. Simic, most player of the match awards. What a season. Okay, so let's have a look at our league form then. So we remain unbeaten. In fact, we've won all our games 8 for 8 until we lost our first game against Marseille, which is very disappointing, it has to be said. Nice we beat 3-0 beforehand, 4-0 against Reims, and 0-0 against Rennes. We beat PSG 4-1 away from home as well. Wow. 5-2 against Lens. So they conceded the least, but we scored 5 against them in one game. Well, they must have had a lot of clean sheets. Montpellier, Angers. We do go on a run where we don't lose or draw. 6-2 win over FCSM. 5-1 against Bordeaux and Toulouse, both of them. We do lose to Nice 2-3 though. That's disappointing. Reims 4-0. Marseille 5-3. Fantastic result. A lot of goals being scored though. That's brilliant. To lose 2-1 at home to PSG after beating them away from home convincingly, that's disappointing. We get as far as the quarterfinals in the French Cup. We do beat Ajaccio 2-0. Sedan Ardennes 5-2. We beat Rodez on penalties in the 11th round after a 0-0 draw, and then lose to Marseille in the quarters, despite taking the lead after 4 minutes. And it is PSG that win that. The Champions League, we get a bit further along the line. That's absolutely brilliant. We are getting better and better. We get to the round of 16, losing 4-2 to Man City after beating them 2-1 away from home in the second leg, but the damage was already done. Salzburg we win in the playoff rounds, 9-1 overall. Magic stuff. And then in the group stages we beat Feyenoord and Atalanta. We do lose to Benfica and Arsenal, but beat Copenhagen and Anderlecht. Lose to Leipzig, but beat Barcelona 3-2. So we are looking very, very good now. Going on to the squad, let's have a look. 65 goals for Simic in the season. Wow. I mean, that's 22 goals more than games played. I mean, that is just, that's insane. He is running out of contract next season, so we have to time in at 22 years old. Yeah, we have to do that. And same with Diouf as well. Oh, he's there to 2029. Our player's looking really good now. Sagar as well. He's finally gone up to 3.5, maybe 4.5 star by the end of the season. 12 goals and 15 assists. Wow. Diouf 16 and 11. Angelo 14 and 17. That is a buy. And Kite as well. How did he do? 12 and 7. That is pretty good. Golovin is now 30. We are going to have to look to replace him. 14 assists with 10 goals. There was Busilimi. He came from our youth academy. I'm looking for him to take over Golovin's role, really. We might do that next season. See how he gets on. Great potential as well. I mean, 55 goals conceded for Mesler as well. And Nubel did play a game, conceded 2. Assist-wise, wow. 5 players with the assists, double figures. 17th Angelo, Sagar with 15, 14 Golovin, Diouf 11 and Nuri 11 as well. Money-wise, oh, only £86 million this time. Okay, that's disappointing, I'm not going to lie. But, again, it's something that we can definitely work with. Our first signing is a left winger. Golovin is getting a little bit older and we have got a very young youth player in his place. So we decided to bring in another one. Alberto Malaria from Las Palmas for £27 million. And our main budget went on Romeo Lavia from Southampton, £62 million. What a player. Wow. I can't believe it. He looks absolutely phenomenal. I don't think I've ever seen a player like it that I've actually used. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on this season. But he's worth £186 million. Superstar. And he's only 22 years old. So just the 2 buys, £89 million spent. We do let go of a few people on a free. Minamino, he's gone to Burnley, released him from his contract and he's gone there. Apart from that, nobody else has really left. We've still got full side from last time. We've just increased our squad with a couple of more good players. And good players they are. I mean, we've gone unbeaten in the friendlies quite convincingly. We did lose to PSG in the Trophée des Champs 1-1 and then on penalties. Disappointing. Despite the fact that we did take the lead after 7 minutes and it was an own goal. So PSG didn't even score. That's so annoying. And by looks of things, it went all the way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10 penalties. What a final. We did draw with Lille in the first game in the league. And then we beat Marseille 4-0. ASSE 4-1 and Lorient 2-1. So hopefully more of the same as last season. Let's see if we can pick PSG. And in the Champions League, we've drawn Porto, Gallen, Club Bruges, Atletico Madrid, Sporting, Shakhtar, Leipzig and Inter. We're not top of the table, but we're not that far behind. PSG are 4 for 4 at the moment. But I think we will catch up with them. I think it's going to be another close call this season. We are now 4-1 to win the league. The odds have been slashed drastically. And we've got 3 players in the Dream 11. Angelo, Lavia and Diouf. No Simic though. That's disappointing. So let's simulate our final season. Let's see if we can knock PSG off the perch once again. We did it last season. Let's see if we can do it again. Don't topple PSG, but PSG return back to the top emphatically. In fact, 19 points the difference. They've absolutely stormed this division. However, we did equal their goals scored for the season as well. 81 goals scored. However, they did only concede 18, which is mad. We didn't do too bad though. 72 points. We do finish in second once again. I mean, it's been quite successful really. Top 3 for the whole of the rebuild. 1 league victory, which is what we wanted to do anyway, at least. So that's I think it's a mission accomplished anyhow. Simic is beaten by Simeone to the Golden Boot by 2 goals, with Malaria getting 12 assists and Angelo 11. So we didn't do too bad, really, in the league. We started off really well. That one defeat and a couple of draws right up until December, really. And then January, the turn of the year, and then it all went a little bit pear-shaped with a 9-0 victory over Clermont. Wow, that must be a record for Monaco, or is it? We'll have a look at the records as well, actually. But yeah, a couple of losses which kind of ruined it a little bit. Strasbourg, 2-0 loss to Lens at home. We just kind of fell apart the second half of the season. We do finish strongly though. But I think that these losses kind of destroyed our momentum a little bit. The French Cup, we get as far as the semi-final, losing to Lyon. We win our first couple of rounds emphatically 5-0 and 7-0. Then we beat PSG 1-0 in the 11th round. The quarterfinals, we win 1-0 again. And then getting to the semi-finals, we should have won that one, I feel, especially going ahead through Kamara after 26 minutes. And then just to lose, especially at home as well, which is, again, disappointing not to get to another final. The Champions League, we do get to the round of 16 where we play Barcelona and lose at 4-2 over the 2 legs. However, how did we start? Porto, we lost. We do beat Gallen 2-1, Bruges 3-1, Atletico Madrid 4-2, and then lose to Sporting, which is strange because we have beaten Sporting in the past. Shakhtar, we beat 4-1. We do lose to Leipzig and then beat Inter. That's pretty good. Where did that leave us in the end? 9th position, so just outside the top 8. With Napoli and Real Madrid, 8 for 8. Who actually won it in the end? I'm just thinking. It was Man City versus Barcelona. But we do play Benfica in the playoff round, which we win 3-1 to take us to Barcelona. And then losing 3-0 in the away leg, disappointingly. But again, another good showing and out of the group stages once again. Goals, not as much this season for Simic though. 40 goals from 42 starts. That's pretty good still. I'm quite happy with that. I mean, he's only 23 years old. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. We've got Malario as well with 13 goals, 20 assists. We have 5 players in double figures for goals. Kitike, Malero, Diouf, Angelo and Simic. I mean, that's pretty good. Assist-wise, 20 for Malero, 15 for Angelo. Segar with only 8. So he hasn't really pushed that much, but he's still looking good at 22 though. 3 and 8 for Golovin. He's still getting some game time as well. Sarr, how did he do? 1 goal, 7 assists. Lavia in his first season, 2 and 5, which isn't too bad as well. And Mesler as well, goalkeeper, 54 goals conceded in 52. And we would have been back up to £100 million for the next transfer window. Staff-wise, it's the best in the league. What can I say? Done a real good job here. Fantastic stuff. So if we have a look at some records, see what's happened, see if we managed to knock any off. Fewest league draws in the season 2. We got the record for that. Highest gate receipts, £562,000 against Arsenal in 2025. Highest attendance, 15,000. Really? Is that? Oh, average attendance. Wow, I thought that was the highest attendance. That seems quite low, doesn't it? Biggest win, the 13-1 win over Theon was a bigger record one and the high scoring match as well. And high scoring league match was the 9-0 against Clermont in the final season. Simic records the most goals by player in a season. He also gets most goals by player in a league season, 46. Also highest average at 7.85, which is brilliant. Angelo gets the fastest goal, 18 seconds. And Simic most goals in a match, 6 goals in the 13-1 victory as well. Malario 20 assists in a season, that's just gone. And Nubel most clean sheets, 21 in the season. Simic 15 most player of match awards. So Simic really is the standout player, I feel, this rebuild. So that's where we're going to leave it. Thank you very much for watching. Do appreciate it. Smash that like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and let me know down in the comments who you would like to see rebuilt next. And until the next one, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.